How you doing, guys? I hope you're all okay and had a good week. Welcome to the Dine at Home. It's number 7. So again, fantastic support. Thank you so much to every single one of you who has bought a box previously and also this weekend. Can't thank you enough, guys, so thank you so much. On to the Dine at Home week. Okay, so first of all, guys, as always, any of you a newcomer, should I say, obviously you have your bread in the brown paper bag. Make sure it goes into your preheated oven at 180, always on the instructions, between 5 to 10 minutes depending on how obviously crispy you sort of on the outside and how sort of warm you want the inside. I recommend about 5 to 6 minutes, absolutely fine, ensuring that your Marmite butter is out as well, room temperature. And that's it. So onto your starter. Obviously enjoy that on its own and then move on to your starter, which is a beautiful tomato essence or consomme with fresh heritage tomatoes. We're going to be plating, as last week, we're going to be plating on these beautiful heritage plates supplied by Anthony from Heritage in Birmingham. And he's an absolute legend of a guy. He's supplied us with about 20 plates and bowls, so every single week we'll be doing on these. But hit them up, Heritage Birmingham, awesome family run pottery, and it's just an amazing place basically. So again, thank you for your local support, Anthony, an absolute legend. So on to the starters, guys. Okay, so you have a pot. This is a pot for 2. Obviously I'm just going to do 1. You have a pot of essence or consomme, and you also have a beautiful pot of mixed heritage tomatoes, which looks absolutely stunning. And then you have a tomato vinaigrette with a bit of dill and tarragon in, so make sure you give that a good shake up beforehand. And you also have a pot of basil oil and seeds. You probably haven't seen the seeds before, but give that a good mix inside. It has a lovely bit of texture and obviously looks really interesting as well. And then your pot of taramasalata as well, really rich, really creamy. Trust me, it's nothing like the ones that you would get as part of a mix, Asda or Tesco's. It's super delicious, really creamy, really sort of tasty, and this tomato dish really benefits from that flavour. So on to plating. Okay, so we'll get down. So we'll just get our taramasalata. Like I said, guys, don't be shy with this. Give it a little taste before, but I guarantee you'll absolutely love it. I did put on the instructions, you can pipe it, absolutely. I'm not going to bother, because I actually really like this dish to sort of eat through the dish. So if you put it on the bottom, it works really, really well. Just get a small mixing bowl, but not too small, just one sort of good size to mix all your tomatoes. I've just got some tomatoes already here, so I'll pop those in with your tomato essence. Again, give that a good shake up so you get all that sort of dill and tarragon and everything else. I'll take a couple of those just to make sure it's beautiful. A little bit of salt, a little bit of Susie sea salt in there. Make sure you use sea salt if you can. Any make, we use Malden here, but you can use anything you want. Sea salt hasn't got any of the sulfates in, so it's a delicious sort of flavoured salt as opposed to the one that makes your ears twitch. Okay, so give that a good mix. So the dressing's really rich and umami, super umami sort of flavour, so it gets the taste buds really going. It's a super flavoursome dishes, guys. Actually, I think you'll really, really enjoy it. I feel sorry for the people who have missed out. So get all that liquid all in there as well. Then you've got your basil oil and seeds in here. You can use the same spoons, no problem with that. And very gently just give that a stir. And quite richly sort of pass all that all over. Because what will happen is when you put the consomme or the essence in, it will split that oil. It looks absolutely fantastic. So with your essence, I've used a little jug, because obviously we can. Beautiful heritage jug. And then just pour that around the outside very gently, because you don't want to curdle or mix the taramasalata. It's quite thick, but you don't want to curdle it. You want to keep this consomme quite clear. Look at that. Pour that on top. Your basil oil lifts up and floats on the top. And obviously taramasalata stays at the bottom. Don't put way too much. It's not a soup, it's just almost like a dressing for the dish as well. So, and to accompany it, I've done some beautiful crostinis. And as you can see, we've got a new badge, Dine at Home with TCS, moving up in the world. Okay, so open that up very, very carefully because they are quite delicate. You get 2 sticks per, so 4 in a bag, and then just pop those. This is practically a ready-made bowl for this. Pop that over the side. And there we are, guys, your starter. Beautiful, fresh, delicious heritage tomato with taramasalata, tomato essence and basil oil and seeds. Enjoy, guys. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed your starter. On to the main course next, which is your pork belly. Beautiful woody pork farm pork belly from Charlie at Water Rose. Obviously check them out as well. Charlie's an absolute legend, to be fair. Always used him for the pork and all meat actually. So you have a beautiful piece of pork belly, your smoked bacon choucroute, which is white cabbage and smoked bacon with some little sort of white wine vinegar, acidic. Beautiful black pudding puree, some pork puffs, caramelised potato fondant, and then your smoked and caramelised Granny Smith apple. So I'm going to keep these back. So I'd recommend for these two, you can heat them up in the pan, the choucroute and the black pudding, but you can quite as easily as heat them up in the microwave. Make sure they're nice and hot, guys, because either of those aren't very nice cold. So make sure they're nice and piping, and make sure your pork puffs come out at the very start when your box is delivered, because if you put those in the fridge, they'll go really, really soft. There is sauce as well, pork sauce. I've already put that into a pan, ready to go, because obviously I pulled out of the fridge, I didn't want it to melt. So we'll go over to the stove. My pan is on like a medium sort of heat at the moment, so I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. Now in the instructions I did put, you can put it into a cold pan, which you absolutely can put it into a cold pan, and that wait until it comes up to sizzle. The main point of doing this, guys, is just to ensure this fat sort of skin bit here crispens up and we sort of render it and roast it. That's the main sort of focal point of that there. So what we'll do is we'll pop that in. You can sort of hear it to sizzle. You can also see there's nice curvature to it. So again, some of you guys will be nice and flat, some will have a curvature to it, so you just want to make sure you sort of press down on that skin to ensure that it all gets nicely roasted. I've turned that right up now, just on a good sort of high heat, or coming up to a nice high heat. So I'll push that down, and then come back to me in about 3 minutes, I reckon, guys, and in 3 minutes you'll see a vast difference in the skin, and yeah, I'll be able to show it. Okay guys, so my pork belly's been roasting about 2 to 3 minutes. Just control the heat of the pan, just make sure this doesn't get too hot, because you don't want to over caramelise it. So just on the bottom, as you can see, I've actually turned my pan off completely now, simply because there's enough heat in the pan completely. So with that, I'll add that fondant potato to it. So as you can see, there's a presentation side, there's also obviously the blonde side completely, so we'll add that in the presentation side. You see, it's not a heavy sizzle, so I've just allowed that to sort of the pan to heat up, and now the residual heat's almost cooking the rest of it. And I literally just wanted to get the potato used to that sort of quite intense heat. That's all I'm putting it in there for. With that, I'll add a little bit of butter. Definitely add some butter to this, guys. I'm just going to keep my pork surface down so you can see it's nice and crispy there. You want that colour on there to make it nice and crispy. And then with the melted butter, just get that potato used to heat. Same with the pork as well. Pop that over. This time we're going to swap the potato over, pop that in, and then very, very gently pop that into the oven. Okay guys, so I said for about 8 to 10 minutes. I'll pop this in because it's obviously professional. I'll pop this in about 8 minutes, that's maximum, okay? 2 minutes before the 8 minutes, or however long you put it on there, 10, 12, however long you want to do, 2 minutes before the end of cooking, pop your Granny Smith apple in there and a little bit of parchment paper. Pop that in there just to heat through, okay guys? So join me in 8 minutes when that goes off, and yeah, we're ready to plate up. Okay guys, so my pork belly's been in there for 9 minutes, so 7 minutes, and then I put the apple in, 2 minutes, and we're ready to go. Take that out. Really nice and hot that is actually. Be really careful of the pan, guys. So as you can see, beautifully roasted. It'll be roast on the bottom as well. It's not like a big chip. So fondant potato in there. Be really careful of your pork, guys. It should be super, almost like wobbly. It should be super soft, and then you can see a lovely skin on top there. Here as well, always the soundproof. It's nice, and then you can see my apples just tickling over there as well. Pop that pan out the way because it's absolutely raging hot. My sauce is just coming up to the to heat now, guys. So I'll put that on a medium heat to the back, just while I get everything together. I have microwaved the garnish, or just the black pudding. Just be careful of the lid because that didn't really last. That's the test. And there's your choucroute in there as well, guys. So we'll begin to plate. So first on with your black pudding puree. Give it a nice taste before, guys. It is super rich. Absolutely love this. Got a nice amount of acidity to it as well. So pop that in there. Just do a funky little swipe round as well. Obviously you can plate this however you like, guys. And your choucroute next. Obviously again you can plate it. This is your your dish, guys. You can plate it how the hell you like. Goes in there, just covering that gap. Beautiful piece of pork belly. Be very, very careful because it's super delicate. Maybe your fondant potato. I'll put my apple on top of that. Super hot. And then finally, your pork crackling. I can hear my sauce coming to the boil, so I'll just grab that as well. So it's over boil. There we are. Delicious. Nice. Okay, so pork crackling on top. Always put it on top of the just a bit of pork as well, all around. Awesome. And then, guys, just literally very gently sauce off the pork there. Not getting too much of the pork crackling simply because it does. It will go obviously something soggy. So there we have it. Let's pop that on top. So there we have it. So you have your pork belly, roasted pork belly with fondant potato or roasted fondant potato, smoked bacon choucroute, black pudding puree, and your smoked and caramelised Granny Smith apple. Enjoy, guys. Okay, guys. So hope you enjoyed the main course. Super rich, super quite full of flavour. So a perfect dessert to cut through that richness is a beautiful lemon posset. So keep this refrigerated, guys. And this is designed to eat out of the pot. Obviously, you can, as always, take it out if you would like to, but I certainly wouldn't recommend it. And then you have a lovely white chocolate cremo. We normally have 2 dots, but obviously we've just tested one. It tastes delicious. So just very carefully take, obviously, the other one out and just pop that on top. Really rich and sort of decadent on top of there. And then you have a peanut and oat crunch with maple syrup and a little bit of nutmeg in there as well. It's got a beautiful flavour and obviously awesome texture. And you have 3 of the raspberry meringues each as well, guys. So I've just put 3 in here, but you should have 6, just for a nice little bit of colour contrast in there as well. Obviously have as much crunch as you would like to. And then yeah, just make sure, guys, you get right through every single layer. Get right to the bottom of that rich, delicious lemon curd or lemon posset. Get it all in the mouth once. Okay, guys, really hope you enjoyed the Dine at Home cook along. Hope I helped you. Any questions, please just throw them at me. Always here to help. Always happy to help as well. Let me know. Keep tagging me in all the pictures and all the videos that you do. Obviously, I'll upload the video on YouTube on Friday, so everyone can obviously see. Make sure you subscribe to the videos as well. Easiest way to keep watching them. Otherwise, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully, the weather gets a bit better next week. Father's Day menu as well next week, so keep posted. I think that's all sold out actually. But yeah, listen, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe and happy cooking. Thank you very much.